It was a quiet little village nestled between green hills and silver streams, where every night the sky glittered with more stars than anyone could count. In this village lived a boy named Sami, who loved one thing more than anything else: looking at the stars. Every evening, after his chores were done, Sami would climb the grassy hill behind his house, lie on his back, and count as many stars as his sleepy eyes could manage. But Sami wasn't just a dreamer. He had a heart as wide as the sky he admired. One chilly autumn night, as he watched the stars twinkle, his grandmother joined him on the hill. She smiled gently and said, "Sami, do you know why the stars shine so brightly here?" Sami shook his head. "It's because they can see your heart," she whispered. "When you share your joy, the stars share their light." Sami didn't fully understand, but her words stayed with him. A few days later, the village faced a problem. The winter was coming early, and many families didn't have enough food or warm clothes. The mayor held a meeting in the small square, and everyone gathered, their breaths turning to clouds in the crisp air. Sami noticed how worried everyone looked, especially his best friend Anya, whose family's roof had holes that let the cold in. That night, Sami lay in bed, staring out his window at the sparkling sky. An idea began to form, one that seemed silly at first, but felt so warm in his heart that he couldn't ignore it. The next evening, instead of just watching the stars, Sami took an old glass jar up to his hill. He whispered to the sky, "If you can hear me, if you can really see my heart, I need your help." To his amazement, the stars seemed to shimmer brighter. A single golden starbeam slid down like a thread of light and landed inside his jar. It glowed so beautifully that Sami could barely breathe. He carried the jar home and showed his grandmother. She gasped softly, but only said, "If this is the gift you've been given, then use it well." The next morning, Sami brought the glowing jar to Anya's house. The light filled every corner, warming the walls and patching the roof's holes as if by magic. The cold air disappeared, replaced by a gentle, cozy warmth. Anya's parents hugged Sami, their eyes shining. From then on, Sami began visiting other families in the village who needed help. Each time, the stars would refill his jar, and each time, the golden light would mend, warm, and heal. Soon, no one in the village was cold or hungry, because the magic in Sami's heart and in his jar kept spreading. But as word spread, people from neighboring villages began coming to see this boy with the jar of stars. Some came with real needs, but others came out of greed, hoping to take the jar for themselves. One stormy night, a group of strangers tried to steal it. Sami woke to find them sneaking into his home. But before they could touch the jar, the stars outside blazed so brightly that the thieves ran away, blinded by the light. Sami realized something important that night. The magic wasn't just in the jar. It was in the act of sharing. The jar was only a bridge between his heart and others. So he taught his friends and neighbors how to make their own star jars by helping one another without expecting anything in return. That winter, the hills sparkled with little golden lights in almost every home. The stars above shone brighter than ever, because now they could see many kind hearts, not just one. And Sami, lying on his hill one evening, whispered, "Thank you." Somewhere in the night sky, it seemed the stars winked back. And from then on, the village was never the same. It became a place where kindness was the true currency, and sharing your light was the greatest treasure of all.